the, with the previous Forsage, we were doing the welcome everyone. I'm just filling it. This is Charlene. I'm filling in for King currently. He's in transit. And one of the things he wanted to discuss was team building and our understanding of what crowdfunding is. One of the biggest mistakes I think people have made along the line of crowdfunding is not making people understand the importance of following the requirement of what the team is telling each person what they need to do to be successful as a leader of the team, and also successful for the team being progressive. Now, with the new split between the leadership and Forsage, we're basically will be starting in a new form. And King and I hope everyone has been following the Forsage channel, because Lato is pretty much releasing it in the steps that he feels is best. And in reviewing one of the videos, he said it's pertaining to him being able to accomplish what he needs to do for the entire team, plus also secretiveness because of it being such a difficult split between the Forsage developers. From our understanding, the Forsage platform is still currently working as it should, but we are still getting conflicting messaging from both sides. So as the days go on, we want to be able to just follow what Lato, which is the decision the Kinging team has made, is to follow him and find out what the benefits will be. So far, he's telling us he's wanting to weave the teams together. He's trying to make it more cohesive, that everyone can benefit from how the structure was first designed, where everyone wins. But it still goes back to, if it's a crowdfunding platform, we will have to understand what is required of us as members. And if we look at just that one snapshot, what will I be responsible for? And not looking at it as, is the team going to be able to accomplish this? If we do what we need to do as an individual, and everybody starts seeing the progression of that, then it'll be a successful team. One of the things that Forsage talked about was people made millions. I was actually, didn't know it, but I was in a team with a leader in a different group, and he made over $6 million off of Forsage Ethereum. $6 million. And I look at people like that in admiration, and I want to find out, well, what did they do? You know, how do I start? They had to start somewhere. And that's the positive thing. We should never look at this as something that we cannot accomplish. It doesn't have to be 6 million, but it could be whatever your need is. And doing this for 2 years, I've always looked at anything that I did as a challenge. And I just wanted you all to know I'm kind of doing this off the cuff, because I wasn't prepared to do a presentation. So I'm kind of talking about different things that King and I had discussed about being a strong team. So I just wanted to just make sure that if we stick with this, it's going to be a new journey. And if you're in a crowdfunding team, that's always the best place to be, is in the beginning of the journey, because you will do what needs to be done as a member, and then educating yourself, because we're at the beginning of everything. So we will grow to be experts to help lead others as they come into the platform. But one of the first steps is the Force bot. And I was just gonna check, has everyone on the call, I think everyone on this call is already registered on Forsage before. Has everybody completed their Forsage bot registration? You can either raise your hand, or either you can say yes or no in the Zoom. some may not know what's going on. I would like to get just a little understanding of where you are right now with understanding what's going on with the Forsage developer split in the Force program that Lato is introducing to everyone.
Charlene, maybe you can talk about it just a little bit. I have done what needs to be done, but I was not in the meeting where that was discussed the first time. So maybe you could talk a little bit about it.
Okay. Well, one thing, I'll put the, I think we posted the Forsage channel. That's the main channel that Lotto is doing updates. And they did post a discussion with some of the leaders of the Forsage BUSD. And they have teams and they wanted to know, what is it that we can see as a benefit for us? So at this point, Lotto went on to explain that he can only release it in the steps that's required for us to take. But he said that if we had faith in what he had done with the Forsage, that we will trust in his guidance. So he's telling us that if you had a wallet on Ethereum, Tron, or BUSD, when you do that registration bot, you can actually use that to register it. So what King is doing with his team, anyone that has already registered on the Forsage BUSD on our team, he's making sure that they're getting registered under the bot with that wallet, which would be your ID. The information you put in that bot is with your ID and your levels that you opened up. And then he did some generalization, but I don't feel comfortable enough that I can explain exactly what he was trying to give us a glimpse of. But it sounded like he is trying to merge the whole system of the old Forsage interface into this new Force. And along with it, I know he did say this, that the perk that he's going to be giving people up to, I know the cutoff date to do this Forsage bot registration is March 27th right now. So there's going to be some perks built in for the people who take it upon themselves to do that. So that's why King is encouraging everyone that's already registered, please do that bot Force registration before March 27th. He mentioned coins. Apparently with the new Force, there's going to be some type of cryptocurrency coin that's going to be involved as a perk also. Now, how it's all going to work and how we're going to all benefit, we'll just have to wait to see when he presents that information. So, I mean, it's very ironic. We're really in a good place because we're at a beginning of something new. And plus he's perking people who believed in him in the beginning. So he's saying, I want to make sure that people that didn't get what they felt was promised them, that they could make it in this new movement. Will it include crowd building like we're doing today? He indicated, yes, it would, because he did reference referral links. So I think what we'll have to do is just keep working, but we'll still have to find out the actual ins and outs of what we have to do. But I'm not looking at it as a fearful thing, because if you're in the crypto world right now, if you're in any type of groups or you're talking to other people in groups, everyone is doing this. Everyone is changing to adapt to this new metaverse that they're referencing. It's also adapting to the increased use of cryptocurrency. And it's also identifying the shortage in how the world is moving, so many people in need. And the old way is outdated, it stopped working years ago, and now it's just with the pandemic and people losing their job and people working at home and business closing, the capitalism type world is turning upside down. So it's just like we have to adapt with it. And I hope it's not going to scare people away. So many people get scared away because it's things that is not familiar. But as you live in this world, you'll find you can not want to participate when it's free for you to learn it, but you will have to participate when it's forced upon you. So that's why I hope everybody will stay encouraged and continue to learn with us. And we'll post that channel that we would, you all tune into, and just check into it each day, see what's going on, because that's going to make you experts to be able to lead the people that's coming in. You're going to start from the beginning. We're going through all the phases and we're learning it as it's posted. And King is available now, and I hope I didn't talk too much. I just wanted to kind of skim across some things that we had been talking about. And thank you all.
Thank you, Charlene. That was awesome.
Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, good day, everyone. I can see wonderful people here.
Hello, King.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was in the transit for a while. I had to rush off to make sure that I catch up with the Zoom. Anyway, so far so good. I'm sure that Charlene has been giving us good information about what we're doing currently in the community. And the position where we are right now is the right position because we are following the right leadership in the platform. Of course, you know that that some of us who are not aware, okay, that there was a split on the leadership of the platform because some people wanted to launch a pyramid scheme, which they finally did. But I can tell you right now that it's actually a failure because it's not working. I mean, you can't even find people signing up. I mean, from the date they launched it to right now, we can't even find up to 15 people signed up in that program. I'm telling you. So because enough information and education had gone out from Lado concerning it. So that's why we are where we are today. So just in case you're still asking, why are we doing the bots? Why do we need to do the bots? Like Charlene explained, there's actually going to be a migration from the previous interface to a new one. And our details are needed on the new interface. And by default, we are supposed to start all over again on that new interface. But because of the generosity of Lado, he gave us the opportunity to continue on the new interface with our account in the same shape and way it was on the previous interface. So in other words, when you use the bot, you are going to be migrating from the previous interface to the new interface. All right. And now that brings us to the fact that I told us, some of us who started with us, that we are as a team focusing on the first two programs, the X3 and the X4 program. And I remember that I made us understand that there was a reason why we're staying on the X3 and the X4. So right now, it's most likely that Lado is going to be working with just the X3 and the X4 program on the new interface. Reason be that the X Gold and the XXX smart contract were not verified on the blockchain. In other words, it's not open. But on previous Zooms, I've shown you the X3 and the X4 and the X4 smart contract. I can even show you right now, so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me share my screen. Sorry, just a moment. So because a contract is on the blockchain, it will be existing as long as the internet exists. I'm sure we all understand that as at now. Okay, but if the contract is open to the public, the entire public, it means that it has been verified. Okay, that is it was given access for other people to see it. Okay, but if a contract is not verified, it's not be given access for other people to see it. That is not to say that there's something wrong with the contract. All right, the reason is that they don't want a duplication. In the past, we've seen platforms that have come up with the same structure of the Forsage X3 and X4. And that was because the code was open on the blockchain. Let me show that to you so you can understand what we're doing here. Okay. So this is the Forsage.io website. Okay. So I'm just going to go over to this is the contract, because we have the Forsage contract. So I'm just going to go over to this side to show us those contracts. So you can see the contract here for the X3. You can see the X3, the X4, and then the XSS and X Gold. So if you scroll like this, you see the contract addresses. Now, these are the contract addresses on the blockchain. So you can take any of this contract address, go to the blockchain and verify what we're showing you. So you can, if you click on this, the first one now, if you click on it, so it copies. All right, you can see I clicked on it, that's now it's copied. So I'm just going to go to the blockchain and then show that to us. So when you paste that there, you see the contract. You can see that it is a contract. It is what? A contract. Sorry. Okay. You can see that it is a contract. And then when you scroll below, you get to see the contract agreement, because the smart contract, like I told us on our previous Zoom, which is actually on the website here, is a self-executing contract, okay, with terms of agreement between the buyer and the seller. Where I want you to see is where it says being directly written into lines of code. Okay, so that is what the contract is. So the contract is the code, the piece of code you see. This things you're seeing here right now that I'm scrolling is the piece of code. And when a contract is uploaded on the blockchain, it cannot be changed. But if the owner of that contract wants you to see it, he is going to verify it, then it becomes open. So the X3 and the X4 contract is verified, and that's why we could see it like this. So this is the contract code controlling the X3 and the X4. So, but for the XXS and X Gold, it's not visible, all right, because they don't want a duplicate of it. So what's the essence of all this? This is most likely the programs that Lado is going to launch on the new interface in connection with the Force coins. All right, the Force coin. So there's going to be a coin that is going to be launched very soon. Lado has actually spoken about that early this year on the video on the YouTube channel. So there's going to be a crypto that will be launching very soon. And to be a part of that ecosystem with Lado, you need to be on the new interface. So that's why I was talking to some of us that what we are doing right now, what we are experiencing is just a stepping stone to higher heights. All right, by the end of this year, you are going to be so much thankful to God that you were not just on Forsage, but you were also on the Kinging Team, because we're bringing you information from the right source. And need be, we have also been on Zoom with the creator of Forsage, Mr. Lado, and he's giving us information to pass to the team members. So, and I just want to let you all know that I'm also there communicating with him directly. So before information gets to the general community, it comes to we, the leaders, and then we pass it to the members. So higher privileges will be gotten by most of you on this call right now. That is if you know you're a registered member. You know, so higher privileges. So when we say that you need to verify your wallet with the bot, is because of the privileges. These coins are going to be sent to our wallets because we are connected to the Forsage interface that Lado is currently working on. So that's why you need to confirm your identity with the bot. And when you do that, the next phase, because I'm sure that we have all done that process. Is there anybody on this call that is yet to verify your identity process? This is very important you do so. We just have about few days to go. By just have 48 hours to go. By 27th, the bot will no longer accept information. And that was posted by Lado on the official chat. So do that if you have not done it. So, but for those who are not registered already, they have to wait until the new interface is launched. So for now, we're suspending registrations until we get information and updated information from Lado ad hoc turf. All right, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about, I think we still have more time, okay? So we'll just have a little more time. So just in case you have a question that has been troubling your heart that you needed answers to, please feel free to ask those questions concerning the X3, the X4, or how any process on the Forsage platform works, because I want to also remind us once again that we're dealing with a decentralized platform. Okay, I say that over and over again so that you can understand that we can actually deal with this code. We can interact. This is the main thing, ladies and gentlemen. This code you are seeing here, the code, you can see the lines of code, line 177, line 178, line 179. I mean, there are so many of them, so many lines of code. That's why you see here on the call being, you can see here, being directly written into line of codes. So all the codes have lines, as you can see on the blockchain. All these codes are here. The beauty of this, is that you can actually interact with this code without this website. That's the power of a decentralized platform, a 100% decentralized platform. You can actually interact with the real thing. The smart contract is the real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the user interface is just when I say that a car has an engine, and then for you to interact with that engine, you need a steering, you need a gear, you need a brake. You understand? To ensure that the car moves. So that steering, the gear, the brake falls under the category of the website. All right. So you need those equipments, you need those things, those tools to be able to interact with the car engine. So now the car engine is the smart contract on the blockchain. That is the real thing. If they get to show you the car engine, you might not want to even interact with the car engine at all because you don't understand what's going on there. But when you see the car steering, the car gear, the car brake, and then some other functional tools on the car, it gives you understanding as to how to go about riding the car. You see, but what I'm trying to make you understand is that I can interact with the car engine without the steering. I can interact with the car engine without the gear or the brake. It happens directly on the blockchain. But not everyone is technically inclined to go and get things done from the blockchain. Okay, that's the reason for this interface. So even if the interface shuts down, ladies and gentlemen, the smart contract on the blockchain lives on. In other words, you can do manually with the smart contract on the blockchain without the website. So we move into a new website is giving us a new interface, a new steering, a new gear, a new brake to interact with the same car engine. I hope you're getting it now. Am I making sense? So I'm saying, for example, let's get to an account. Let me use the account I use normally. Okay. So let's go over to, okay, X3. Let's see the X3. So you can see all these slots on the X3 are open, all right? Now you can see only level 12 in this slot is not open. So what I'm trying to make you understand is that normally this interface helps you to interact with the smart contract on the blockchain, okay? So you can actually click on, if this were your account right now, on this place, you will see the card to activate it. So you click on the card and you activate the slot, okay? So right now, you can actually activate the slot from the website. That's far the knowledge that a lot of people know. But what I'm trying to make you understand is that I can activate levels on this place, not from the website, directly from the blockchain. So if I am able to do that, then that means that I don't even need the website. Are you getting it now? So it doesn't matter if the website shuts down. It doesn't matter if the website closes up. You can still make business running. You see, I found this in 2020 during the lockdown, and I said to myself that this is what people need. A platform whereby it doesn't matter what happens to the website, the business keeps running even without the website. And I said to myself, this is what people need. I don't know where you have been in history, but from what I've seen with this understanding, man has never been this powerful in the history of humanity. Humans have never been this powerful to create something like this that they cannot even control after deployment. Is it real? Of course it is. Of course it is. It's real. I mean, I was with one of our team members sometime last year, and she wanted to activate the fourth slot on the X4. She wanted to activate the fourth slot on the X4, which cost about $40. Okay. And then she wanted to do that. And I said, let me show you something. So the first slot was still closed. It was not open like this. It wasn't open. It wasn't open like this. It was just like what you saw on level 12, just like what you saw here. Okay. So what we did was I told her to watch out for this. So she saw that here was still empty. And then we went to the blockchain together. Okay. We went to the blockchain together. I showed her what to do. And then she activated the fourth slot from the blockchain without the website, through my guidance. I don't know what you have gone through in different platforms, but I think that I have the knowledge that is required to get everyone and anyone to their path of success in the cryptocurrency space. I'm not saying that I know everything, and I'm not saying that Forsage is the best platform on earth, okay? But if you want something that can give you sustainable income, sustainable growth, something you can bank on the next 5, 10 years, something that you can will to your children's children, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking right at it. It's the smart contract on the blockchain. Because with or without the website, you can make changes on the smart contract and you will still see it on the blockchain. But it's going to be done manually. So that's the reason for the creation of the interface. That's the reason for the creation of the website, so that those people who are not tech savvy, who are not technically inclined, who don't understand how the blockchain explorer works, can be able to do a click and click and click and things are done. Okay. But if you think like that, you might be limited, because there's a lot behind the scene that people are not aware of. So why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this so that you can have more confidence about the platform that you're into. I'm showing this because I spoke to you before bringing you into this platform. I'm keeping my promises, and I'm still going to stand by my word even in the next few years. If you stick to what we're showing you, definitely the road is excellent. The road is going to be successful for everyone that works with us. All right. So I decided to show us that that's just a tip of the iceberg. Okay, I believe by the time Lado's launch of the new interface is fully implemented, we're going to have a training to make everybody on the team understand how it works. Primarily, the reason for all our Zoom calls is for one goal: education. I can't overemphasize that whatever you are doing in life needs education. It needs education. It needs education. And that's exactly what we're doing on our calls. So we are going to be giving you much education once the interface is launched so that you can know how to navigate your ways through the new interface. And also for those who are going to want to go advanced with me, I'm going to also organize a training that I'm going to show you how to make changes on the website from the blockchain. Without going through the website, you can make changes on the website from the blockchain. I'm going to be organizing that training in the coming weeks ahead after the launch of the new interface. So that's just one of the benefits of being on this team, is you being taught the right thing, is you being given the right information. And I know that you being with us is something that you will never, ever, 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 never, ever regret. Thank you very much. And I just wanted to stop my share right now to take any questions that anybody has to ask. I'll be free to answer the question right now. Please go ahead. If you have a question or clarification to make, please go ahead and let's take your questions.
King, this is Charlene. I just had a question concerning that March 27th date. Do you think, or have you heard anything to indicate when he closes down the bot, is it going to immediately be followed by us understanding the next steps of his program?
Yeah, the everything has been posted on the YouTube channel. So the next phase of the bot is to help everyone to identify their uplines. Okay, so what he said was after 26th, 9:59 p.m. UTC time, the bot will no longer accept information for verification of accounts. The bot will now go into the next phase of helping people to identify who their upline should be. So that's the next phase. And then he will bring us more information as the day goes by.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. Any more questions?
I don't have a question per se, but I'd like to say I've learned something new, that you can activate slots using the smart contract and not the website. I hope by the time the everything is completed, you'll be able to show us how to go about that too. Thank you.
Right. I mean, that's the benefit of being on this team. I mean, you're going to be a part of the sharing of the knowledge of Mr. King. And Mr. King is always ready to share his knowledge, to train anyone who is ready to learn. You know, just like Charlene was telling me, that people just need to calm down and learn. It's not about the rush, and that's true. So the main thing is, are we ready for knowledge? Are we ready to learn how this thing works? So what the training will be organized is just for people to be present. That's all. So I'll do that, and I will show us how to get it done from the blockchain. Are we good?
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. I want to say welcome back to Mary. Mary, we miss you so much. Thank you for being on the call tonight. I hope you've been able to feel the bot.
Thank you. I have not yet done.
Okay. We just have about 24 to 48 hours left to get it done. All right. And then in the next week, instructions will be given to us.
You
All right.
said about people applying that. So I was just wondering, are people going to be randomly placed, or how is it that we are going to locate the applicants, and how is that done?
Yeah, from what I've deduced from this process, since everyone will indicate their IDs, if the downlines indicate the IDs of their uplines, which has been registered, they are going to be paired on the new interface. Well, what I'm deducing is maybe the ID might not be the same in the new interface. I'm just deducing that. But definitely, if you use your upline's ID, and that is, if you indicate it, it means that you will definitely be under your upline on the next interface. Though it might not be the same ID in the next interface. I'm still not yet certain about that, but I will bring us more information. But the main thing is, if you use your upline ID for that process, as long as your upline has filled the bot by him or herself, then everything will be fine.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to, all right.